Hi everyone, Dave Milliken here. Today I'm going to teach you how to play The Lonely Life by City and Colour. City and Colour is the project of Dallas Green. City, Dallas, Colour, Green. And Colour is spelled with that O-U-R ending because he is Canadian, and that's how we spell it here. Let's dive right in. You'll notice that you need a capo on the 3rd fret for this tune. So let's tackle the intro first. You'll need 2 chords for this section. There's an E minor, and a C major 7. And you could also play this version that Dallas Green uses, which is a C major 9. I just prefer the C major 7 because I'm going to be throwing in some bass runs, which will work better with that voicing. The first step is to learn the strumming pattern. It's not hard, but it is 4 bars long, so we'll tackle it 2 bars at a time. The first 2 bars, 6 down strums, and then a down, up, down, up. So... Notice that down, up at the end has a swing rhythm, not a straight rhythm. Straight would be down, up, very even. This is swing, down, up, where the upstroke is delayed. So a bit faster. The next 2 bars is all downstrokes except for an up on the and of 4. So after the first 4 downs, there's an up. Bit faster. So we put those together, you get and that'll work. It'll sound cooler if we add some finesse to that. So the first thing I would do is stop the down strums. So after each one, you bring your right hand down onto the strings to deaden the sound. Except for the last 4, we'll let those ring because that's where we're going to put a bass line. So... and then it will do the same pattern on the C major 7. Going back to the E minor, the next thing that I would do to make it a bit groovier is to lift the fingers off the chord in 2 spots. The first spot is at the end of the first 2 bars on the and of 4. It's not going to sound so weird because we're coming right back to the down on the E minor right after that. So here's what it sounds like in context. And that's the second spot that I would lift, is on the and of 4 in that 3rd bar. So here's the whole thing. And finally, this bass line that I'm talking about, it's going to go like this. Just open E string, then to the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and back to the 2nd. But you're doing that in the context of holding down the E minor chord. So it's going to look like this, from the E minor to E minor over F sharp. That I'm muting that 5th string by leaning this first finger down a little bit. That's an E minor over F sharp. Then we go to this, which is E minor over G. And again, still muting that A string, which is going to make the bass line pop a bit more. and then back to the E minor over F sharp. So this is going to go in that fourth bar, those 4 down strums. And that will lead us into the C major 7 that starts the next 4 bars. So slowly, here are the first 4 bars. Okay, now we go to the C major 7. It will be a similar kind of thing. This time in the second bar on the ands, we're going to add the pinky to create a C add 9 chord. So you're going to get 3 and 4 and 1. So in context, bass line here in the final bar, it moves from the 3rd fret of the A string to the 2nd fret, back to the 3rd fret, and then to the open D. And again, we're going to do that while holding down the chord as well. So that's going from C major 7 to E minor over B, back to the C major 7, and then E minor over D. And that will lead us back to the E minor to start over. So that bass line sounds like this. That's finishing on the E minor. And the whole strum on the C major 7 sounds like this, slowly. Faster. So that's the pattern for the intro. And that keeps going through the verse. So he sings over top of all that. What if I did not love you? Where would that leave me? On and on. There's some variations in the bass line in the studio version of the track. And I also like this one, which takes you into the chorus really nicely, and they're all interchangeable. You could use any of them anywhere, but this one that goes into the chorus is from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret, which is the same way the other one went, but then it continues down to the open A and then the G. So this is giving you a nice downward line into the E. So with the chords, it'll be C major 7 going to E minor over B, to E minor over A, E minor over G, and that will hit the E minor of the chorus, or the verse if you're doing it in the middle of the verse. Here's what it sounds like at speed, just starting from the C major 7. So that leads to the chorus, which has 4 chords: E minor, C over G, you could just use a C there if you want. Then a G6. You could just use a G there if you want. And then D add 9 over F sharp. The strum on the first 3 chords is the same. It's down, down, up, down, down, up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. This will sound even better if you hit the bass note on beat 1. So that's what I mean by that B there. Bass note being the lowest note in the chord, which in the case of the E minor is this one. Or you could hit a few of the low strings, will sound great. So bass, down, down, and then there's an accent on the 3rd beat, so you hit that one louder. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2. So there's a change there on the last chord that you will do a down, up on beats 3 and 4, accenting both of those beats. 1, 2, and 3. We can add a bit of bass movement in this final bar by going to the 3rd fret of the E string while still holding down the rest of the D over F sharp chord. And then you do that on beat 3, and then you take the finger off on beat 4 to make it go back to the F sharp. So in slow motion, that's, and that will create some movement that takes us back to the E minor. So here's the whole chorus. And 4 times will give you the chorus. Then you come back to the intro, but this time you're just doing the 4 bars of E minor and breaking right into the 2nd verse. You don't do the C major 7. Then you get the 2nd verse, you get the chorus again. Then we head into the bridge. So the bridge moves through a bunch of chords. You have the D11 over A. And you could substitute a D there, no problem. That moves to an A minor. Then the G6 that we had in the chorus. To an E minor. Second half A minor. Back to the D11 over A. A minor again. And then C over G that we had in the chorus, which you could also use a regular C for. Here's the strum I use for this section. So what I'm doing here is just alternating down and up, but to make it sound different, I'm lifting the pressure off of the chord when I do my upstrokes. So it's down and then the up, because you're lifting, you're only getting a few strings ringing for most of these chords. And that creates some contrast, but still gives that punch that this song has. So here's that strum applied to the chords of the bridge. A bit slower. 2 bars of each chord. back to the bass line that we were using before to get to the chorus. Here it is at speed with the vocal. Notice that I also did that E minor fill to lead into the A minor. So that was in the second bar of the 2 bars of E minor. Now we've arrived on the last chorus, and musically it's the same 4-chord progression played 4 times. The vocal is a bit different on top. And the big difference is when we get to the chorus at the beginning, it's got a much different feel because the drums drop out. So to imitate that, I would do something like this. And then break into the normal strum. So that's just hitting the chord once on beat 1, and then just tapping the guitar on beat 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I guess I'm also doing a little upstroke right before the down. And that 4th bar normal. And to end the song, you just come out of that onto the E minor. So that's the whole song. I hope you have fun learning it. You can check out my cover of The Lonely Life by clicking on the link below. And don't forget to check out all the other tutorials and performances that you can find on my channel. Please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.